Right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Time for the two-headed Vic. There he is, two-headed Vic. Time for new sports, jock itch, sports bras, all the stuff you want to do about sports. That's right, gird your loins. That was the Matrix Vic. Tricky Vic, Victor Allen's new sports. He takes full responsibility. I merely assist in this segment.
No, you don't.
This represents the meanderings of his mind when he's not looking at hot picks.
There you go.
It's either hot picks, sports, or microwave popcorn.
You know, you're pretty close. I like that. That's pretty good. He's trying to put me on blast, man. That's cold, man. That's cold. That's all right. You know, you say, look, our sports are supposed to be wrapped up really not in sex. We're supposed to have co-hosts with us standing side by side in our new sports segment. Mario's supposed to have one, and I'm supposed to have one.
Man,
so what happened?
Sports bra too. I love sports bras. Am I the only one? Okay. All right. A little too much enthusiasm, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
Way too much.
I'm older.
Yeah. Hey, look. Hey, you know what? I get to buy some time because my browser is like. Notice I said browser is slow, real
okay,
slow. No. But I still get to go there because I know where I'm going on this one because it's a no-brainer. I mean, yesterday's game, because we got into talking about, we handicap the games as if everybody's listening to us, but they're not.
That's right.
They're not listening to us.
No.
But the one thing about that Oklahoma game and Dirk is on a mission. We know that. The part that surprised me, Mario, it got right down to it. I said, well, what can Oklahoma do at this point to turn it around? Because when you look at the numbers in the game, Oklahoma had 5 double-digit scorers. That blew me away. I said, whoa, so the ball was spread it around. Also, Durant did his scoring. Westbrook did his thing. Yes, did Westbrook commit 6 turnovers? Yes, but he was trumped by Durant by 9 turnovers.
Well, part of what, and I remember these are cats I really admire. Vic, sometimes it just is, that's what happens when championship people go at each other.
Right.
You know, you may not have turnovers all year
right.
till you play against another championship defender.
Right.
Now then you got turnovers because you playing against other champions.
Yes.
And I don't understand why people don't give them a break. You're playing against better and better teams, so they're going to make you score less.
True.
They're going to cause turnovers.
Right.
So I don't think that Oklahoma, you know what, when they quoted Pat Riley about adjustments, he says, what adjustments? Do the same stuff, harder, faster,
always.
More intensity.
Right.
So it just comes down to a matter of the wills. The games are not really, when you think about it, the games are not far apart.
Right.
In other words, either team, as much as we debate this stuff, they go to overtimes, they have all these issues. So they're not that different. It just goes to show you that those are the little things that'll make or break your season. And it looks like the Dallas Mavericks, what's the difference? Being the experience level. I think anybody would say is that Kevin Durant, you know, this is a cat, I love his play. I love his play, his character,
right.
All of that. You know, it's still the stress of playing against the best people in the finals.
Well, and here's the saying that it goes this way. The regular season is made for the rookies and the young professional athletes. The playoffs are made for those who are seasoned, conditioned, and really know floor leadership. And what I took from this game was that when you can lose a game at home and out-rebound your opponent by 22 rebounds, somebody's saying there's a problem. Why is that 22 differential? Why is it not transferring over to points? I said, why? Because the turnovers. And the turnovers were 31-15. I said, so now you get back into the same thing. Did Oklahoma look like they were in disarray at the end of the game? Their scheme, how they played the game, looked like they were. Yeah. And that's the lack of the leadership on the floor. They didn't look like they had control.
And experience. And experience in the crucial moments.
Right.
That's exactly that. In other words, when do I expect you to have the problem?
Yeah.
Right there.
Right.
It's almost predictable.
Right.
Now, will it be that way all the time? No. Remember other stuff they said about LeBron, even Kobe too.
Right.
Okay, this is what happens when you're a young guy.
Right.
On that stage. Can you imagine the pressure?
Yeah.
That's why I have this saying I always quote about Dr. J, right? Where I say Dr. J said that in the final seconds of a close game, some people want the ball and some people don't.
It's true.
And that's the truth.
It's the truth. I mean, look, and I think they all look. It's one thing I love about the professional athletes. They're paid the amount of money, and I love
right.
Durant and Westbrook and all of them. They're paid the money because of what they can already do. But when you get into the playoffs, it becomes a mental game more than an athletic and talented game, because your talent is already there, but how you control the game on both ends of the floor. To see Dallas sitting there going like, no matter how far you get in front, we're coming back. And for me, I'm not giving no props out because we see it for ourselves. I said, Dallas never really stops. There's the one team that stays consistent. Miami, although the best team, we look at saying based on talent, they always fear that they're going to have up and downs. Chicago, not offensively strong. Thunder, please try to reduce your turnovers, get more floor leadership on the point guard. But when you look at Dallas, they are consistently coming, no matter what.
Against these opponents, because it's so funny. I think Chicago's the same kind of a thing. It's not that they're not offensively strong; it's that they're playing against teams that are coming with exceptional defense, and it's the championships.
Right.
And that's what happens. It's your quote-unquote overwhelming offense comes up head-to-head
right.
with somebody's quote-unquote overwhelming defense,
right.
and something has got to give.
And let me say the part that nobody wants to hear, who are Kobe lovers or haters, either one. I said, what's the difference in Derrick Rose and Kobe saying it's me or die? It's Derrick Rose or die. And when you look at that
situation,
it's very similar, man.
Yes, a similar situation, even though, it actually same thing. We can expect for the people around each of them to step up better. And every incremental piece of that helps. Right. Whether it's Gibson, there's enough people around all these people to step up. And that's why it comes down to who wants it more. The matchups are great. That's why the games are going back and forth.
Right.
That's why you see these kinds of performances. That's why you shut down one night and up the next, because the matchups are great.
Right. And we can sit here all day long. Look, I applaud the championship because I love the competition. It's unpredictable. There are no slam dunk teams right now to me who just like blowing everyone away. And when I look at the point production, I said, man, some people stepped up off of Oklahoma. Collison, 12 points, playing tight defense. Cephalosha hitting the points. Serge Ibaka, man, 18 points. This dude, 18 points, and I don't know how many double-digit rebounds. He's playing away from the basket, but let me say this, and here's the hard part. Now, watch this. I said, I'm not picking at no one. I'm just saying it's a money thing. I said, I can't help but to look at it. I said, Perkins. They call it cherry picking. Cherry picking is when you stay down at the other end of the court because you can't run down as fast as the rest of your players on your team. I'm not saying that he can't deliver, maybe given some time, maybe next year. But you definitely haven't got the investment of your money's worth this year from him so far. He's not the reason why they are losing. It's other reasons and other factors. But he is not the imprint, and he's being removed from minutes played on the court for a reason. It's a coach's decision. Now, obviously, he cannot do the running. That's not what he's built for. So I'm looking for Oklahoma to come back. Please, just one game. Make it somewhat a 6th game. But I got a funny feeling, Mauro, we just are looking at the end.
Again, you're up against exceptional situation. Because to me, actually, I think Perkins does a reasonable job. Certainly, okay, if we want to compare his ability to get up and down the court, you have to look at other teams and compare them, to whom.
Money? Look at his money package.
I'm just saying, he gets up and down as better than most. The point is, when they get to situations like this is where the weaknesses are exposed. And Dallas is moving that ball. They are running so much that, most teams in the whole NBA would have trouble keeping up. And I think that's part of what you're seeing.
Yeah.
On Oklahoma's part, you have people who are like right on the edge of superstardom.
Right.
Serge Ibaka, depending on what night you're watching him. But he also has a tendency to kind of, I don't know, it's an intense, first of all, it's the intensity of the role play, because he's a person to win. You need him to get 20 points. You need 18 to 20 minimum.
But they didn't expect that from him this year.
I know, but you're in the playoffs now. You're in the playoffs now.
Think about it, though, Mario. I mean, I'm hearing your point. They're going, Serge needs time to step up. Perkins is supposed to come in.
You don't have any time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in terms of scoring a game, and even with Perkins, I still think you need scoring from him. But again, you have to pick. If I had to pick my points, I'd rather him play his role as the person in the middle and how he complicates that middle. I still think that's underrated.
Well, yeah, I agree.
And that's because if he wasn't, other people are not expected to score, but can't clog that middle. He clogs the middle. He makes it so you have to adjust to him, and that he does consistently.
Right. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying here's the part that I'm saying. The middle is the area that you say, well, my middle has been extended. And the extended part of it is that when you look at the numbers at the game and you go 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And I'm not sure if he has a $40 million contract. I'm not saying that's not the point. I'm just saying at the end of the day, I
want
know
the rebounds.
They want you need to have something else.
I don't have to have the assists or the points, but again,
block shots.
Yeah.
Put the body in front of somebody. Yeah, you got to see more. That money, I'm knowing right now that to myself, I'm going, Serge Ibaka has stepped up. Did we need Perkins at this time?
You still need a center. You still need a center who does those things. And again, it all depends to me, like I said, on what you want from them in the roles. There's a bunch of people not totally giving you what you want.
Right.
But like I said, you still need those other people to step up. If it's not him, you need Westbrook to score. As much as they talk about his role, if he doesn't score at least 20 points,
he got close. He did his.
You're going to lose.
Right. He did his thing. You know who really is getting? I tell you, this person is getting a pass because he's just not under the radar. This is James Harden. He's the third scorer on that team, and unfortunately, he gets a pass. He fouls out of the game. Now that doesn't eliminate the turnovers because the turnovers. I'm sorry, Durant. Look, he wasn't shooting well in the games prior to this. He was like 3 from 18 from the 3-point line. But when you have 9 turnovers,
it's
that
just
is ridiculous.
But when you watch it happening again, to me, when you watch it actually happening, the turnovers are a function of Dallas's extreme persistence and hustle.
Right.
I mean, and it's extreme.
Right.
It's fairly extreme. I mean, I have to give it to Jason Kidd.
Right.
The fountain of youth.
Right.
I mean, we kind of underestimate, or we don't state that he's really running. Everybody keeps saying that Oklahoma should run them because they're older.
Right.
But like you just said, Vic, they have been unable to do so.
Right.
And that's been what led to a lot of the turnovers. They can't do it.
Nope.
Jason Kidd steals. People are hands. Serge Ibaka hands in there.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So it's
Yeah, look.
People are fumbling the ball.
Yeah,
Durant's fumbling. Westbrook,
They got a very simple offense. Come down, get it to Durant, or Westbrook is going to take you off the dribble. They're going to clog that middle, and they're going to strip him and make him make. He doesn't do what you would call the Rajon thing, where Rajon is looking for other players as much. He's not looking that way. That's his style of play. Not knocking him. You guys would not be there if Westbrook wasn't doing what he is doing. But the part they say is you speed up to slow down. And I think what they will find from him on one of the games that they won, I said, when you slow down and you have more assists, increase to your point production, you find out that you get everybody else involved. That's what they're going to lack. That's the part I saw. I said, give them a year or two. Maybe they're a year or two away.
Because to me, I go like, that's just a matter. Like, again, that's this whole discussion. I'd rather have someone like him. And you got to learn to be a point guard.
Oh, yeah,
that's a decision issue to me more. That's more of a mental training, conditioning of, so you take top guards that are top. That means they have the ball handling skills, they have the eye coordination.
Right.
Now you can train them to be a point guard if they are motivated to work hard. I think, but it's harder to come the other way, and that's why I still say, in terms of Westbrook,
right.
We were talking about that yesterday. Say based on this.